Everything just fell into place. Major update. Yankees take 2 out of 3 at home in the Bronx from the Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to dive into exactly what that means for the Yanks moving forward as the 2025 season rolls along. And you know what time it is. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Close it in on 7,000 subscribers right here on Yankees Digest. Bring you all things New York Yankees. Let's continue to bridge that gap between the non-subscribed and the subscribed right here. Oh yeah, series recap. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Yankees take 2 out of 3 at home, including a old-fashioned one-admission doubleheader at the stadium yesterday on a Sunday. But we gotta start backwards. Let's start with Game 1. Yankees dropped that opener 4-2. The bats really couldn't get going. I mean, Austin Wells, he continues to be a very steady, stabilizing force in the lineup, but it was pretty much just him. Yankees couldn't really put together enough traffic to get busy and knock off a Toronto team that, let's be honest, they're not going anywhere this year. There's only really the Yankees, and I believe the Red Sox are going to be a force too. Their lineup seems to be finding itself as the season goes along, but I don't really see much resistance from Toronto or Tampa as being major players in the AL East, and definitely not the Orioles. The Orioles have taken a major step backwards. They lost a lot of pieces from last year, and one of which are with Toronto right now and Santander. But the Yankees in this opener, just not a lot going. They drop it 4-2. But the party really got started in Game 2. Okay, now the offense found itself. It found some footing. And again, Wells again. Slow clap for Austin Wells. I mean, Austin Wells is what the Yankees were hoping Gary Sanchez was going to be. The Sanchino, the Sanchez. Just a stable, steady force in the lineup day in and day out. And you thought that was going to be the case. You thought that was going to be the case with Sanchez, but the defense wasn't good enough and just way, way too many strikeouts. Wells has been a presence really since last year, and he had a great spring training, and he's carried that over into this early portion of the regular season. He put together a really good stat line. You see it right there, thanks to John Boy. But the Yankees, they got to Gausman early. They put up 6 runs on him. I think they had a 53 pitch inning on him. He got tossed. The strike zone wasn't really stable. It was all over the place in Game 1 of this doubleheader. He got tossed. Gausman got tossed. The manager for the Blue Jays, he got tossed. But the Yankee offense, they came to party. Jazz Chisholm, he chipped in with some ribbies as well. Bases clearing double by Wells. The Yankees they just did damage. They put up 11 runs. They beat up on a Toronto team that, again, they got names in there. Santander and George Springer and Vladdy, who just signed a bajillion-dollar extension for some reason. It must be the money, in the words of Deion Sanders. But just not enough pitching and not enough of a rotation and a lineup to make the Blue Jays players this year. But the Yankees, they took care of business. This is a Blue Jay team that they should be handling rather easily as the season goes on. And then they just carry that over. And on top of that, Max Fried, slow clap yet again. Max Fried again. Let's see if I can find his stat line. 6 innings. He gave up 6 hits. Yeah, he gave up a home run, I believe. But that's it. 1 run, 2 walks, struck out 3. Max Fried was money in the bank. Money in the bank. The Yankees ace, he's going to be an all-star. You just pencil him into the all-star lineup this year in the summer. Max Fried's been money in the bank, man. He's really filled that void left behind with King Cole being injured for the year with Tommy John surgery. Another strong start and another win. When Max Fried pitches, the Yankees win. It's just that simple. And that was the case in Game 1 of the doubleheader. And again, the good times just kept on a-rolling in Game 3. The second half of the doubleheader, JC Ariseria, trying to say the name right, backup catcher. He chipped in with got his first hit, I believe. Got his first home run as well. I was able to catch that just in time before the game wrapped up of the doubleheader. And again, a slow clap for Ariseria, but also a slow clap for the Dreamweaver, Luke Weaver. Yes, the new closer. He's back. He's back, baby. He's back as the closer for the Yankees. You love to see it. I mean, listen, Devin Williams, the airbender, the air has not been bending. He's been a disaster. He's been a train wreck this year. Very, very similar, like I mentioned in the last video, I believe, where we discussed his struggles. You're talking about a guy that it's Clay Holmes 2.0. It's just not. He's just not been. Again, I'm not gonna say he's got a PhD in blown saves. I'm not gonna say that quite yet, but he needs to find his footing. And I believe that the move to him being the setup man, the 7th and 8th inning guy, to clear the runway for Dreamweaver, that's the right move. A slow clap for Aaron Boone for at least having the self-awareness and the foresight to understand that, it's not working right now. Maybe later in the year they can, reflop those roles. But, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep Weaver as the closer. That's what I would do. I would just chalk it up. I'm just like, you know what? Weaver's pitched in the World Series. This guy's not going to get rattled. His track record, especially with last year and what he did. And again, he has a scoreless streak. He has not allowed a run yet this year in about 13 appearances. That's the second longest to start a season in Yankee history. Dreamweaver is rolling. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Leave him in as the closer, and have Devin Williams just figure it out. Have him in spot closing starts when Weaver can't go because of a load management. But Luke Weaver, he does the job, and the Yankees took care of business right here in game 2 of the doubleheader, and they take the series. They take it 2 out of 3. They're now 17-11. As the Orioles, I believe, are about to come into town. Another series where you bank on the Yankees at minimum. Take that 2 out of 3. Keep it going. Keep it going. Winning games in your division is the easiest way to win your division. All right, because there's so many games, the one-run games. It's a marathon. But you want to have those tiebreakers in the event that you guys finish with similar or identical records later in the year, toward the stretch run when postseason time comes a knocking. So Yankees, they take care of business. They take 2 out of 3 from a non-playoff team. I'm going to say it. Toronto's not going anywhere. In your division, take care of business. Take 2 out of 3. Do what you're supposed to do, because when you face the higher end teams, that's when it's Fight Club. But again, and another slow clap too for Clarke Schmidt. 5 innings, 1 run allowed. I believe, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. He needs to definitely get the walks down, but this was his first real appearance since he's come back from the injury. I think he had one other prior when he was getting ramped up. That was more in an opener situation. He didn't really go too long in that start, I believe, against Cleveland. But man, this is what you want to see from Clarke Schmidt. This is what you want to see. If he can be another stabling force in that rotation, that's what the Yankees need. That's just what the doctor ordered. And again, 5 innings, that's all you can ask for. Great work out of the bullpen with Mark Leiter and Tim Hill and of course Dreamweaver to bring it on home, and Cruz as well, who's been a gem the Yankees got from the Reds in free agency. These are the type of performances the Yanks are going to need, are necessary for them to get to where they want to get to. But that does it here. The vibes. The bobblehead's out. Yankees win another series, this time at home. The Yankees win. Come on back. Come on this journey. Another series recap is on the way from the Recap King himself. This has been Ugo Onyianta with Yankees Digest, bringing you all things New York Yankees. Come on back. We'll be waiting for you. Peace.